Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Deb C. And the place to be, it's Deb C. Bloop, Underground Lair Edition. That's me, Deb C. Boop, and Andrew Garfield. I wish. So I am downstairs in my underground lair. I'm filming this on my lunch break. So time is of the essence. So me and Potato... and Jack is coming downstairs. Me and Potato, we watched on Sunday night the Real Housewives. See, Jack? There's Jack. Say hi, Jack. He's right there. I'm going to keep this like this so you can see him. Look. Okay, so we watched me, Potato, Jack, we watched the Real Housewives of New Jersey on Sunday. We're going to talk about, no, wait. We did not watch it Sunday. We watched the Olympic trials for gymnastics on Sunday because we love it. So I did end up watching, and he's gone. I did end up watching Real Housewives of New Jersey for this week. So let's get into it because time is of the essence. So chop. Okay. We start off. Teresa was talking to Gia. I can do this. Teresa was talking to Gia about what happened the night before with, the push and the altercation. She's talking to Gia, and Teresa is saying she didn't see everything that happened. She didn't see the push. And I was like, how could you have not seen it? But then they showed it, and this hair, ugh. And they showed it, and she did not see the push, in fact. But this starts the whole narrative. I don't want to say the narrative, but Teresa's big thing this week is I got to get my two friends back together. I got to get my friends together. I don't understand why she wants this so much. I mean, maybe it's part of her namaste bitches. She wants to appear like, she's all like chill and zen. So I don't know. We'll see. Also, across town, Marge and Joe are waiting for the lab results. So Joe had his PSA tested, and he's waiting for the lab results. They're worried about the possibility of prostate cancer. Marge is very worried. Joe doesn't seem to be like as worried. Nate, they showed Nate and Danielle, and Danielle's going to be hosting a relaunch party for bougie kids. And Nate had said that he would really like for her dad to be there. And she agreed. She was like, her dad, I guess, has a printing press or something like that. So he's helped her before in the past. And she says that she's kind of missing having him at these important functions. So Nate says, I'll reach out to him. I like that because listen, you never know when somebody's going to be gone the next day. Like, they could be here one day, the next day they could be gone. I know with my father, he was here one day, and then one weekend, and then the next weekend we said goodbye to him. So I'm all for her mending that fence. She talks about Jennifer. She's talking about Jennifer Aiden. She says she drums up lies, and Danielle feels like she's out to destroy her. I don't know that I would disagree with her. And she's talking about when Jennifer pushed her, and she said back where she's from, which I believe is Staten Island, she said they called that yoked. So she said she yoked me. And when she did that, she went into like defense mode. She was also talking about the housewarming party. She said at the housewarming party that Jennifer Aiden had brought up the subject of Lena. And she had said that both Lena and Jennifer Aiden wanted to bring Lauren to the charity event. Danielle had said no, because she didn't want to upset Melissa, which is, I understand. If your friend is going to be upset by that, I would say no too. She said, now that she had said no, she said Jennifer is mad and she feels like maybe this is her way of getting back at Danielle. I mean, I could see that. Paul and Dolores are talking. She said that she accepted it. She's working with with Paul. You know how I feel about Paul. Something fishy is going on there. And I just have written down here, do Melissa and Marge know? I don't know what that is about. Oh, probably about what happened the night before. Okay. Do Melissa and Marge know? That probably is dealing with like what happened at the Tipsy and Tulum party. Okay. So Rachel calls her. Listen, I have to tell you, somebody in the comments of my last video had said they live in New Jersey. They've met, they work in Franklin Park, or they live in Franklin Park or something like that. Franklin Lakes, and that they had met Rachel and that she is very nice. I can see that I could see that about her. She was hosting a kids event, and it was for a charity and like a support group for kids with arthritis. I love that she's doing that because she suffered with arthritis when she was young. And she had told the story of when she was 13, her mother had to dress her. Like, it was that bad. I love the fact that she is there for kids who you might not know how to process this. And it really helps when there's somebody, I'm getting a little emotional, and it really makes all the difference in the world when there's somebody there who went through it and is there to support you. I thought that was a beautiful thing. Listen, regardless of whether you like them on the show, I love that when they showed her helping out. I love that. I thought that was so heartfelt and so genuine. Rachel, they then talked about, like, you know, what had happened the night before. And listen, Rachel brought up what we all know, that the day after this happened, the online bloggers, they knew, and they had a very aggressive narrative. We now know that like Teresa and Jennifer Aiden were going to online drama sites like Melissa's Old Nose and leaking screeners. Like, screeners, I guess, are preview episodes. They leaked screeners. They gave all this information. They gave them money. They gave them gifts. So Rachel brought that up twice. I'm glad she did, because it's not right. So I'm glad she brought that up. Then we saw Melissa's cousin and his husband being married. And I have to say, whenever she had said that her cousin's future husband, like when they had found out, when he had come out, Melissa's cousin's family accepted him, but his future husband's family did not accept that their son had come out. There we go. I'm going to get upset. I don't understand that. I mean, he's still your son. What the hell does it matter who he loves? It just got me. But I also love the fact that Joe had performed the marriage. He said he's Father Joe. I love the speech, and I love that acceptance. Like, your family doesn't accept you, but I do, and we love you. And Joe had said that it really meant a lot to him because his family, he doesn't get along with his family. But now here's this other family that accepts him. I love that. I thought that whole thing was so touching. I really did love seeing that. Okay, so next, Teresa and Jen Fessler go to Jen Aiden's house for the shit show to talk about everything. So they were talking about like how hard I didn't see you push her. How hard could you have pushed her? And she went and she pushed her like this. And she just like fell down. Like she was acting like she didn't push her at all. Now I'm not saying she pushed her to the point where her bones broke, but she did push her. Jennifer Aiden says, she didn't say, because somebody has said, one of them I think had said, well, she's saying that you said that you stole money from the charity. And she was like, I did not say that she stole money from the charity. She didn't come out and say it, but it was implied. She did imply it because she was like, you took money from the charity, from the profits to pay for your time. That doesn't sound great to me. Like, I don't know that I would call it stealing, but that doesn't sound great to me. But Jen Aiden, once again, is parsing words. She's like, I didn't say that. You didn't say it, but it is implied. That to me does imply it. Jennifer Aiden said she feels like Danielle was sabotaging her hairdresser. And I don't think that was the case either. And listen, this whole episode, Jen Fessler is clean up there. I'm going to agree with Rachel Fuda that she was clean up there. She's clean up the asses. Clean up there. And I hate that because I loved Jen Fessler last season. Jennifer Aiden then says that Danielle called her screaming about how I want no part of it. I want no part of it. I hate when she does that. I know that she thinks she's hilarious and she sounds just like her. She kind of does, but she says Danielle called her up and was screaming how she wants no part of it, meaning she doesn't want Laura at the charity event, and that's her prerogative. If she doesn't want her at the charity event because it's going to cause, some issues for her friend, I get that. And Jen Aiden says she wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt until she started like screaming at her. And once again, Teresa is like, I feel really bad because I'm in the middle of all of this. Then we get to the fact that Teresa's going to be going to the event that Danielle's having, the relaunch. And Jennifer Aiden's like off. She says, listen, I don't want to tell you that you shouldn't go. But I'm going to tell in my confessional over here, I don't want her to go. She does say that she's hurt. I can understand this. I'm not going to side a lot of times with Jennifer Aiden. However, I do understand that, like, she had said, if somebody punched you upside the head, I wouldn't be friends with them. I can understand that because, listen, if somebody smacked me upside the head, I would kind of expect my friends to kind of have my back and not be like, we're cool, we're good though. I mean, you punched her in the head, but we're good. I mean, I get that. I understand that. And Teresa, once again, is just like, I want you guys to get along. But why? What's the big deal? Not everybody's going to be friends. Not everybody's going to get along. And that's okay. That's how life works. Jen Fessler, once again, kissing ass. She's like, oh, it's so awesome that you're going to let Teresa be friends with Danielle. I wish Marge and my friend and the other friends were like that. You're so awesome. So Jackie sends Marge a copy of her book. This I don't understand. Listen, she was just trying to throw her under the bus to Dolores. And now she's sending her a book. what's going on? Speaking of Margaret called Joe's doctor. They had not gotten the test results back. She calls and they say that the PSA is abnormal, so the doctor wants an MRI, and they are worried about prostate cancer. Margaret is very upset. Joe, to me, Joe looked like there was a little bit of concern. There was a little bit of worry. But he came out and said, I'm not worried. I think he was just doing that to make sure that she stayed calm. He wanted to be calm for her. That's what I think. So it's the day of the relaunch. Danielle's real excited because she heard that from her dad. Her dad is going to be coming. But then Nate talks to her and says, listen, your dad's not going to be able to make it. He's sick. He's not going to be able to come. But she chose to focus on the positive. Like, the fact that he even reached out to her and said he would is progress. So the party's going on. Jen Fessler and Rachel, they talk about what happened. Once again, Rachel's like, there's a very aggressive narrative out there online, which is terrible. Danielle says that Jennifer, to the group, she says, Jennifer Aiden claims that I stole from the charity. Everybody's like, what? No, you didn't. Jen Fessler says she not only thinks that you stole from a charity, but you made money on it. Well, which is it going to be? Like, because like later on, Jen Fessler stands up for her, but then she's like, she doesn't just think you stole. She thinks you made money. Well, which one is it, Jen Fessler? Which one is it? Jennifer Fessler then says that because Danielle had said what happened, and Jen Fessler was like, but Jen Aiden says there was more. Apparently Jen Aiden had said, Danielle was up in my face, so I pushed her, and then Danielle clocked me. She didn't for me, clocking would be like, that would be clocking. She did hit her upside the head with a plastic cup. The cup did break. Am I saying violence is great? No, it's not. You should never go to violence. But she didn't punch her. Danielle was like, listen, if I punched her, she better be happy I didn't. So, what was it? Danielle had said, sounds to me like you got Jennifer Aiden's back. She was like, I do. I'm her friend. I think that changed. For real. Teresa comes in. Teresa brings Gia and Melania. I'm getting tired of her bringing Gia everywhere. Listen, I get it. She's probably getting her ready for the new Bravo show, Making It in Manhattan, which it's rumored Gia's a part of the cast. I'm getting kind of tired of seeing Gia everywhere. So they are, and I'm tired of Gia giving her thoughts on everything. So, Teresa tells Danielle, listen, why don't you should hash it out with Jennifer Aiden. She didn't mean any harm. She said, I don't know. I've never known Jennifer Aiden to tell a lie. And she didn't say that you stole money from the charity. She implied it once again. And once again, why is she pushing so hard? And she's completely defending Jennifer Aiden. So, surprise. Okay, guys, I'm back. You might not know this, but I ran out of time on my last discussion of Real Housewives of New Jersey. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good outside. So I'm doing this quickly on my 15-minute break. So let's get to it. Okay, where did we leave off? We left off with a discussion about John Fuda talking about Gia. it was brought up. Gia then is like, hey, I understand that John Fuda was talking about me, and mentioning me in an analogy. Now listen, I understand where I wouldn't want somebody talking about me in my business. However, and Teresa was kind of making it like John Fuda was saying that Gia had done what, if you remember, what Jackie had referenced, she had heard Gia was doing. John Fuda didn't say anything about that. John Fuda basically had just said that he himself had gotten into some problems and had done some bad things. And he was younger. He said, I was younger than Teresa's daughter. He didn't say she did anything at all. Jen Fessler says he didn't say anything bad about you at all, which he did not. So Jen Fessler stands up for, defends John Fuda. Dolores comes over, does the same thing. Jen Fessler is then talking about this to, I think it was Margaret, Melissa, and Rachel. And she says, yeah, it was brought up, but I defended John. And Rachel is not happy about that at all, because she doesn't want Jen Fessler mentioning her or her husband to Teresa. She just doesn't want it. Listen, I can understand where both of them are coming from. Jen Fessler was like, I wasn't saying anything bad about him. I was defending him, which I can see from both of their perspectives, that she was defending John, and she was sticking up for him. And if you're a friend, you do that. I understand that. I can see where she's coming from. But I also can see where Rachel's coming from, because she was like, listen, I don't want you to talk about me or my husband to that person. I'm going to tell you what, the reason why I understand that is because I will do the same thing. I'm not going to go into family drama, but there's someone in my family that if my mom is talking to this person on the phone, I will always tell her afterwards, please don't tell this person anything about me. I don't care to know anything about them. Please don't tell anything about me. Don't talk about me. That's just it. Is that the right thing to say? No, it's probably might not be, but that's why I can say I can understand where she's coming from on that. I can understand both of them. But I will agree with Rachel that she's like, Jen Fessler is doing too much. Like, I get you can be friends. You can be friends with whoever you want to be friends with. But if you're, I don't know. I don't think you have to pick a camp or a team to be on. But I don't know. She's doing a lot. Jen Fessler is doing a lot. And from what I understand, now after she had seen what Teresa and Jennifer Aiden had done, as far as like go to these bloggers in order to like get information, they went to bloggers, they showed them the screeners for the new season, they gave them money, they gave them gifts in order for these tea websites, these bloggers, to go out and get information in the hopes of bringing down Margaret Josephs. And now, as I had heard, I believe it was actually from Jen Fessler's own mouth on like social media, that she sees like what kind of person Teresa is, and I guess she's no longer friendly with her. So it's funny. So let me tell you. So tell me what you think, what you thought about this week's episode. And if nobody told you yet today, listen, I love you. You're loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there so it comes right back at you. Please take care of one another. And also, 2 things. Number 1, please be aware of your surroundings. Number 2, please stay safe. We made it. I still have some time left on my break. So I will see you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope that didn't scare you. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye, guys.